Welcome to Talk of the Town. This is an official podcast from the town of Pinetop-Lakeside to expand upon community topics shared through the Talk of the Town newsletter. Here we will give you more detail, respond to questions, and deliver information about community news and happenings. Hey, it's Rob Hefner here for the Talk of the Town. Of course, for the town of Pinetop-Lakeside, just hanging out, doing our thing, rolling into summer. And, you know, we got everybody here locally. We got all the visitors up here. And there's always a question of recycling. And the town of Pinetop-Lakeside actually has a recycling collection center. I have with me Damian Zachman. I forgot your last name right off the bat. His name's on his shirt, so I can say Damian. Mine isn't.
Right.
Damian, how you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. So you've got a little bit of a background in collection center stuff, correct?
Correct. Yeah. I spent the last 7 or so years at City of Mesa. I was in the solid waste over there. I was mainly in a garbage truck picking up trash. I lived in Mesa as well, so I knew it really well. Did a lot of work in the cab, outside of the cab, and so forth. So yeah. Yeah,
I myself lived almost 20 years in Mesa.
Cool.
It's the 48th, 49th largest city in the United States, which people don't even know.
Yeah.
Literally every other city as large as it has a football team and a baseball team or a basketball team.
Yeah. Close to 600,000 people in the third largest city in Arizona.
It's crazy.
Wild.
So a lot of education there, I bet, as far as how things go. Mm-hmm. So we have a collection center here. Where is it located, first of all?
So we are at 1,000 South Woodland Drive, and that's basically like off the 260, Woodland South, about a mile. We're right on the right next to the Public Works Center.
Yeah, you go by that ginormous house that's on the right.
The Hamlins.
The Hamlin House. Yeah,
yep.
You can't miss that. Across the street from Mount Meadow Recreational Complex.
Yep, for sure.
What type of recycling do you take there?
Okay, so we have, as far as recycling goes, we've got, we have 8 bins on site. 3 of, I would say 2 of which are a solid waste, a green waste, and then a scrap metal. Of all 8, about 7, I'd say, are completely recyclable. The scrap metal gets taken down to the scrap yard and recycled and turned into stuff. Green waste gets turned into BioNovo, which is that in Snowflake, it's a company
it's a plant that creates electricity.
Yeah. They burn the green waste and they turn it into energy, sell back to SRP.
Yeah.
So that gets taken there. The solid waste is the only thing, obviously, that goes to the landfill.
Right.
We take that to St. John's. That's the nearest landfill. Cardboard, aluminum cans, tin cans, plastics 1, 2, and 5, and pretty much an assortment of like drinking aluminum, as well as some other various bottle drinking cans.
Right.
That all gets recycled and goes down in the valley.
Nice.
So we haul it down there, 2 loads at a time, like probably once a week. Maybe right now we're doing it twice a week because we're so busy.
And then glass bottles, did you mention?
Glass bottles, yeah. I think that was a drinking thing I was thinking of, so yeah.
Now, all of that is all done, and like you said, it's all recycled. Is there a charge for this?
There is. So a common misconception, people think, and once upon a time, I think there was a time where we took stuff for free when the economy was better, when recyclables were paying more.
Right.
I'll be honest, this is not a huge global money-making organization. We are strictly a community affair to help out the community up here. By the time everything's said and done, we don't even break even, to be honest. So we're taking all that stuff, all the materials that are coming down, 50 gallons worth. It's like a big contractor bag worth of recycles is only $2.
Right.
So it's a phenomenal deal if you're trying to get rid of your household recycles. And then of course we take solid waste if you've got trash at your house as well.
Yeah. And you can argue all you want about a diesel truck is going to take it down to the valley where they recycle it, but the volume that we do, it does some good.
Absolutely. Yeah, we do. I think, what was it, last month, we did something like 24 loads across, that was everything. So that was every commodity we had there. But I mean, that's for such a small town and a little organization that we're doing, that's quite a bit of trash being hauled.
Okay, you said container.
Yeah.
And in my head, I make up a size. Okay,
sure.
So explain to us I've seen it, so I know it's not the size that my head would have made up. So explain what a container is.
Sure. So yeah, if I refer to a barrel, that's like what your residential pickup, that's what you'd roll to the street. It's anywhere from like a 60 to like a 96 gallon barrel. Container, what I'm referring to is what's on site. We have 40 yards and 20 yards. So we have a 20-yard container. That's the one that you can, like, if you're standing there, you can reach into it. And then we have 40-yard containers that are about 13 foot tall. You got to throw stuff, but it's all, when you come to our center, the stuff that is easily accessible is for like glass recycles. And then some of the bigger ones are for the larger commodities like cardboard. We go through once a week, we'll fill up that bin, or, you know, during this last Memorial Day, we filled up that bin, almost the entire bin one day.
Yeah.
It was just, from everyone buying. New grills, got a lot of Traeger cardboard in there for sure.
A lot of Traeger, a lot of Amazon, a lot of, yes.
Exactly.
All of that. What is another misconception maybe that people have about the collection center?
One of the things that's kind of a pain that's really tough is like the only thing we don't take is like hazardous waste. So people bring in paint buckets, lots of timber oil up here because of all the cabins, motor oil, stuff like that. We do not take any of that. Not only do we not take it, it could mess up our equipment. It could get stuck in the bottom of in the containers. It tends to create a lot more of a mess than it was to take, and the landfill doesn't really want it. So we've been telling everyone, if we will take cans of paint as long as you pop the lid and it's dry, as long as it's not seeping and going everywhere.
Yeah.
And then that timber oil, sometimes I know people that just are like, hey, free timber oil, and everyone will take it because it's all the cabins once a year. People are, twice.
Yeah.
So outside that, and the motor oil, of course, like AutoZone or the
Does anybody know where to take like old pesticides or old gasoline or any of that? Is there? Yeah.
There's really like locally, I am not aware of one.
Yeah.
I know some of the old, like the fuel and stuff, it'll just, people leave it outside, it'll evaporate eventually, but it's not really hot. In the valley, we used to joke around, just leave it
sit out, it'll go away.
And it'll go away.
Yeah.
Doesn't do that up here.
Yeah, and oil, of course, and batteries you can take. Batteries you can take to the battery places. Oil you can take to your auto parts.
And we accept batteries as well.
You accept batteries.
We do. We take we'll take household like AA's all the way to car automotive batteries, and we do have a recycler that comes out for the automotive stuff.
Okay. Televisions.
Yeah, so that's a big one. So a lot of landfills, the local like Goodwill stuff, they will not take TVs because there's chemicals inside the glass that they won't take. We take them. It's $10 a pop. And we at St. John's, depending on what it looks like, we have an e-waste, which is electronic waste. They'll come out. They'll look at the makeup of the TV, and if it's salvageable, we have a guy that'll go through it. If not, if it's totally trashed, we have talked to St. John's and we've got a place for them.
Okay. So. Anything else?
No. Hey, I appreciate being here. And if you guys are looking for a place to take your trash, come see us down Woodland.
There you go.
Thanks.
That, of course, is once again Damien with the Pinetop-Lakeside Collection Center. If you have any other questions, all you got to do is contact us. All the ways are down below. I'm Rob with the town of Pinetop-Lakeside. Have fun out there.